What's up, y'all? Here we are again. I'm in my Honda Element. Just got out of a chiropractor's appointment, and I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it takes to get the key all the way in, and then it does not start. So I've already pulled the cover off. I've already gotten both of these guys unplugged right here. Got the two screws out that go in right here. There's one here and one right there that I've got to take out, and then I'll be disassembling this ignition switch so I can pull the tumbler out and remove whichever tumbler's stuck. So let's go. We are right across the street from an O'Reilly, so shout out to O'Reilly. I just went and bought a $10 set of screwdrivers so I can do this in the parking lot of my chiropractor's here real quick. So now there's right inside of that hole right there, if it'll focus, you can kind of see it. There's a little what's called a roll pin that's in there. So I've got to get that to come out far enough to where I can grab it with a pair of pliers. So the neat little trick is pry right here on this little tab under my thumbnail, and then you just take and you hammer against that guy right there until that little thing starts falling out. So I'm going to do that, and then we should be in business. And there you go, guys. I didn't even have to pull the pin out. As you can see, it jumped out onto the floor. There it is, right there. So this is basically back to where I was in a previous video, so we'll leave it to you from there. I've taken the lock cylinder completely out of the ignition in the car right now, and I just had to drill a hole right down here so that I could get to a roll pin that holds this ring right here on, so that I can remove the internal section of the lock cylinder that has all the tumblers in it. And I'm hoping I'm going to find a tumbler that's sticking up out of there, keeping it from turning. So that's where we're at right now. Get this little guy in there. Let's see if I can do this. I don't have a bench vise, which is what I really need here, but the hood is too flexible, so we're going to move down here onto my fender. There, it moved.
As they say, I feel like it moved.
Okay, so now I need to find a little bit smaller of a Allen wrench here. Okay, so I had to switch out, get a smaller. I'm using just a little Allen wrench here. I'm holding it with a pair of vice grips so I don't whack my fingers, because that's how you end up with stuff like that. So, see if we can get that driven the rest of the way down through there, like that. Now, as you can see, I've got the roll pin sticking out right here. So I'll just use this pair of vice grips that I've got here. Grab a hold of that sucker and pop it out. Okay, now you always want to make sure you leave the key in there. Otherwise, when you pull this out, all those tumblers are just going to fall out.
I would not have known that.
And there we go. I'll use this as a pointer. You can see right there how that one's sticking up right there. That should not be sticking up. I've got my key in there. It's inserted all the way. That should be down so that the cylinder can turn inside the lock, but it's not. So, okay. So I'm looking at this, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. I'm sorry, I am a little shaky. But if I push on the bottom side, you see how it pops up there on the top side. I can do that on all of these other ones.
Except for that one.
Except for that very first, or very second one, I guess. And it's like that on both sides of it. Oh wait, that one moves a little bit, but then it gets stuck. That one is just completely stuck. Okay. So, I've got it on its side so that none of the things can fall up or down either way. I'm slowly going to pull my key out. Okay.
I got that.
So now we know that this guy right here is our problem. Okay. So we put it back in, and you can see as I turn it around, all those pieces are flush now. Okay? So, there it goes, just like that. Starts in there like that. Boom. Start it.
Shirt.
Turn it off.
Oh man. Alright, we'll cut back in a minute to being in the car.
Okay, so we're back at the car now. We've got to finish putting this piece back together, which is basically this, which is your steering lock. So there's a little pivot pin that goes right through the hole in the middle of it there. And then this small spring goes right down in the hole right there. And the pivot pin sets in there. And then this sets down like that. And then I throw the clip on the ground.
Thankfully, your camera person can handle the clips.
I rely on my camera person who's back up here. And you just push that in, bam, there you go. And that just, when your key's in, like it is now, it'll go up and clear your steering lock. And there's a little spring that goes in the bottom side right there, just like that. Okay, now we're ready to put it back in the car. So now that's where we pulled it out of. So that'll go, I gotta see what I'm doing here. There we go. Push that in. Now, and I'm going to put it in there until I can see that the hole's lined up. And then shove that in there. And just give it a little bit of a push with my screwdriver. And we see that it's holding our ignition in there now. So we'll grab another smaller screwdriver that we've got. And I know I should be using a small hammer, but I didn't bring it in here with me. So we'll just grab that and just give it a couple of little taps. And there, once you see that the tip of that is recessed in the hole, you know that it's in there. And we're back together. Okay. The
Here we go.
battery is reconnected. I accidentally turned the wipers on and they want to hit the windshield, so hit the windshield with the hood. There we go.
Good to know. Your wipers won't work with the hood up.
And there we have it.
We fixed it. We're still buying a new ignition thingy though for it, just in case.
I will be buying a complete new ignition cylinder for it, but at least now, until the part gets here, we can use the vehicle.
Yeah. Hopefully another little link thingy doesn't pop loose, but woo! Go Pete. Bye.
Alright y'all, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all our latest content. Hit that like button, make sure your notification bell's turned on, and feel free to leave us any feedback down below in the comment section. We'll catch you next time in the next video.